sorry. Shit.
Can you imagine if you got coronavirus from my elbow?
The moment that it
The moment that it happened was caught.
just spreading
Just
on my forehead.
Guys, I'm really excited for this next thing that we're about to do. We've never played a viewer-submitted video before, but somebody, I guess, took some actual footage of Donald Trump and put together the evolution of Trump on the coronavirus. I guess his views and stuff like that, and they cut it together in a video, and they sent it in. So I'm going to play it right now, right here on Jeremiah Wonders.
I've been briefed by the CDC. Listen, it's not going to be a pandemic. We have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China. This Wu-Tang strand is not serious. Not a big deal. We're working with China on the coronavirus thing. It's a hit. People love it. Hopefully it's not as serious as some people say it is. Everything is under control. It's gonna be gone by April. Listen, we all know warm weather kills germs. Okay, there's like 12 people who have it. No biggie, but they're getting better. We're in very good shape here in the United States of America. The Democrats are politicizing coronavirus. This is their new hoax. Our country is doing so great. Again, we definitely won't need to call this a national emergency. Only 15 people have this thing. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. Okay, this is very contagious. Extremely contagious. We've got control of it though. It's not a problem whatsoever, okay? How would I rate my response on all of this? 10 out of 10. Okay, this is a full-blown pandemic, people. As I've said all along, this felt like a pandemic. Other people said, it's definitely not a pandemic. I've always said, this is a pandemic, okay? This thing is very serious, okay? It's gonna be a tough 2 weeks. It's gonna be a tough 3 to 4 weeks. When I said it was gonna clear up in April, I meant April of 2021. I'm healthier than I've ever been. Stronger, better, faster. And I think we have this whole coronavirus thing under control.
Wow. Thank you so much for whoever sent that in. That was crazy. That's real footage. That's wild, man. Gage, what's it like? Now, Gage, he produces this show. He edits this show, makes everything come together with our pal Anthony Whitlock's behind the glass over there right now. They're like the men behind the curtain in the wonderful wizarding world of Jeremiah Wonders. What's it like working on this show?
I've practiced this many times before we start the show.
What, on what you're going to say?
No, we do like a pretend version of the show to like test the show before we do it, usually.
Can I see an impression of that?
I just go through all of the little voices here just to make sure that they work. Let me see.
Nobody ever does everybody always goes like the Barry White, but I always go Rangers.
Oh, Zordon.
This is Zordon.
Yeah.
This is the Zordon voice. Rangers. Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
What was that?
I'm the robot. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh.
What's his name?
With the saucer head.
I'm Saucerhead.
Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm really sorry that I forgot your name.
Alpha 5.
Alpha 5?
I'm Alpha 5. I knew that too. I knew that the whole time.
Listen, Rangers, you need to practice social distancing right now.
Put on your masks.
Perfect. Alpha 5, make sure they're all suited up to go.
Don't forget your N95 attachment.
What's that?
It's a type of mask that you're supposed to use. All the other ones don't work.
Oh, is that like medical grade or what is
The
that?
respirator.
That sounds cool. How come I'm kind of raw dogging it with my face right now? I don't have a mask.
Because you're a hologram.
But I still exist.
Yeah, It was pretty, honestly, it's pretty weird to see your physical form in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. You were kind of like a sick old dude laying in a bed of glass.
Yeah, I kind of look like Darth Vader without the mask on.
It's pretty gross. As a kid, to see that was weird.
What, Zordon, the all-powerful beam?
Turns out he's just a bedridden old dude laying in glass for some reason.
Zordon here. I am on my last breath. Rangers, do what you will in my honor. We need to add more ethnicities to the group. Things are getting challenging here over at Power Rangers Central. The blog posts are brutal. They keep saying that I'm a racist for color coding the group according to racial stereotypes. The amount of times I've heard the white Power Ranger, I don't appreciate it. I mean, the Black Ranger and the Yellow Ranger are pretty egregious across all the seasons. Pretty much. And it's getting pretty weird. It's getting a little strange, but can I just say, I did not assign those Rangers their suits. They were gravitated naturally towards those suits.
Gage is from Texas, and you've been out here less than a year.
Yeah.
And what a wild ride for you to come out this year of all the years.
Yeah. I've been in 3 accidents out here in the past 7 months I've been here, and then the national pandemic happened.
How were any of the accidents your fault?
None of them were. They were all Jesus Christ. They were all the same. They were all the same thing.
Yo, can we get a replay on that?
They were all. And that's the worst part of that is I'm gonna edit that to be brutal, and I'm gonna have to do it myself.
Because that's what I like about Gage. He goes for the joke. He goes what's for funniest, and that's why he works on Team Jeremiah Wonders.
Gonna write that down.
Hey man, I let you guys draw me on the episodes just to point out my flaws. We haven't done it the last couple episodes.
I've always been waiting for people to roast me.
Really?
Yeah, I wait for it. But if you want to roast me, you can just send all those roasts and any criticisms
In the
of me-
comments?
No, to my Venmo. Stefan-T Arena. I will read all the complaints if you send them in my Venmo.
And if you have any first drafts of roast, comment below on YouTube. Gotta get those likes and comments up in the algorithm, dog. Get other people viewing this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
All 3 accidents were somebody else's fault. They were all not paying attention.
I've been rear-ended a couple times, and one of them was definitely, I looked in my rear view, and the guy looked up like this, like he was clearly texting.
Yeah. They all have the same attitude whenever they get out of the car. Because they get out and they're just like, oh no. Like it's like an accident.
They look like, how did this happen?
Oh my God, what happened? I'm like, I was just about to ask you what happened because
you slammed into me.
yeah, and all of them, they all try to be like, oh, it stopped too fast. I'm like, no, we weren't stopped even. And all of them, we were in traffic going, 5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And then they just slammed into. One of them was a truck, and it ruined my Fiat. That was the most recent big one. They've totaled my Fiat, and then I got a rental car, and I went to go clear out my Fiat at the junkyard, and on my way back here in the rental car to clear out my Fiat, somebody hit me.
Did you have insurance on the rental car?
Yeah, yeah. After the two accidents, for sure.
Good call.
And I started recording video, and I have the video of the guy, and it's 10 minutes of him trying to get me to just let it go. It's so bad. It's so he tries to get me to. He's like,
you have a dash cam or what is it?
No, I've been in those 2 accidents, so I'm like. In every one of them, I'm like, I wish I had been recording this whole interaction.
Yeah.
Because they all confess to it. If you just get their reaction, they'll all be like, yeah, I didn't see you.
But are you like this or are you down here?
I'm down here, but at a certain point, he realized I was recording him, so then I just started pointing it at him because then he knew.
Dude, that new age, man.
Yeah, it was really bad. So he
that generation, why am I still alive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to start wearing a body cam.
Are you Generation Z? What are you?
I'm not a millennial.
I don't identify with letters, so I can't really.
I've looked it up.
That's the next generation. I'm not so much of an alphabet. Just saying. Don't put a label on me.
I'm the how dare you try to identify me as a generation group, I think. I don't know. Whenever you look it up, those are all like different. There's all different classifications of it. There's no like one standard.
Interesting.
But I think I'm Y.
I'm Generation Capri Sun, dog.
Hell yeah.
I'm Generation freaking. Let me think. I'm Generation Super Nintendo, dog. I'm Generation.
Let's go through this because you're Caprice. Let's go through like what my thing was, my comparable thing.
Okay.
So you have Caprice. I had Capri Sun too.
Okay.
Because they were still.
I'm Generation Boy Meets World, son.
Mine was That's So Raven.
Is that weird for you then? That
We do Kyle Massey's show here. Yeah, that is super weird.
He's Raven Simone's little brother on that show.
Corey in the House, baby.
Corey. So yeah, that's got to be bizarre for you if that was one of your shows.
Everybody that comes in here, it's weird for me. Like it's kind of like weird how it's all very important people that I didn't think that I was going to meet. Like Freddie Prinze does shows here, and I was a kid whenever the Scooby-Doo movies came out.
Of course.
And then whenever I was in high school, I really, like high school and college, I loved the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. So like for him to be in here all the time was like super weird. But yeah, Corey in the House, it's just odd. Like you don't think that you cross paths with people.
It's bizarre. I did, I went to one of those screenings with a Q&A with the cast of some movie that Matthew Lillard was in. And I remember asking him if he found drama or comedy more challenging, but I was really far in the back of the theater. So I go, like, I was like, waving my hand, and he like looked up. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll take it from that guy up there. And I go, hey, Matthew, do you find comedy or drama more challenging?
Did he answer the same way?
He laughed first because he was like, this guy is insane. Because all the other people were really well-behaved actors that were just watching the movie for the right reasons. And I was watching it with my wife because it was a free date night. You know what I'm saying, players?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he chuckled first, but then he answered my question. Because it was like... it was a movie where he was playing a dramatic role, and I mainly knew him from like teen movies and stuff like that, and Scooby-Doo as Shaggy.
What did he say?
He said it's challenging in different ways.
Yeah.
Like was the gist of his answer.
Do you do that a lot where you get free cool shows and then you take your girl to them? Because I've done that a lot.
Not so much recently. There's certain like there's I guess there's some like the I just took her to the most recent Comedy Central roast, and that was kind of cool. The roast of Bruce Willis, and they gave everybody like these food packs like underneath their seats because it was in this theater. And I literally had nothing to do with that show. But since I'm still kind of loosely affiliated with the roast family, they still like will invite me, and I know like the director and obviously Jeff and stuff like that. And so those make for really fun events out because it's like, you know, everybody gets dressed up and stuff like that, and then you see people who you haven't seen in a long time and like, hey, what's going on?
Celebrity.
I mean, not me, but I've been
I'm
invited.
saying you see a lot of celebrities.
Oh no, for sure.
And it looks really cool.
I mean, it was pretty freaking cool to see Robert De Niro run roast jokes.
Oh man.
He's just like, and his reactions to some people roasting him, you could tell he was like, oh, I didn't know that I signed up for this. Like he felt freaking disrespected.
That's weird because you see him in those oh man, you see him in those videos where there's like the roast of Martin Scorsese, and Don Rickles like roasts everybody, and like he usually seems to have a good attitude about it, but he kind of seems like a comedian in the way, because if you watch bloopers too, he's like this, where it's like if you roast him, then like he wants to get you back.
Yeah,
And if he doesn't expect it, then he's kind of like, oh, I didn't get a chance to like get you back.
Yeah,
He's
he
like a
was
comedian in that way.
laughing off a lot of them, you know, like
Because comedians, when they get roasted, you can see like you're like they act cool about it, but you can tell like
They're ready to spar.
Let me spin the gears real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. They're ready to get back into it.
He seems exactly like that too. But he played a comedian, right?
Jeff Ross wrote a movie where he played a
Yeah.
comedian. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's those Don Rickles ones where he's getting roasted. I know the face that you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you watch those, you can actually see
It's
it.
almost like okay. Shit you doing? Okay. All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. You gonna roast me? All right.
Oh, good.
This guy's good.
This guy's
He's good.
It's good. Jeff Ross just tried to FaceTime me. I'm going to try to call him back. Like I did Joe Exotic on Jeff Ross's podcast, Thick Skin, and he posted it on April Fool's like he got the actual Joe Exotic to call him from his prison cell. And we talked for like 10, 15 minutes on his podcast, and he just asked me, and I just like literally stayed in character. And like, you know, Jeff is obviously laughing at some of my responses and stuff. But like, as Joe Exotic, I said like that I wanted to kill Carol Baskin, and Jeff's like, "Why are you saying this on a podcast?" I go, "Is this being recorded?"
God, that's so funny because like I saw that I might have seen it today like on Twitter, and I was like, oh, that's so crazy if that's true.
Yeah, well, the way he posted it on Instagram, you really
picture.
think
It had
he
the
has
picture of the jail
picture
thing.
of him and Jeff, like, and people are like, "Where's the video to this? I gotta see that." Like, you think it's so funny. Like, people think that they let like him in there with a FaceTime for Joe
Yeah.
Exotic, like to make his prison phone call on an iPhone. It's like, what are you talking about? Hey, pal, I'm podcasting right now.
No worries. Call me later.
Oh no, it's all it's all good.
Dude, everybody's fooled. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Dude, Harvey Levin from TMZ called me, thought it was real.
Dude, that is freaking amazing. Dude, I've had people like I was looking at your comments and stuff on Instagram, and it was one of those things where I was like, "Oh, people are really buying into this. This is great."
It's so much fun. I never do pranks, but it's April Fool's, so I really love it.
Dude, my buddy Gage, so I did that impression on Kill Tony on Monday. He saw me do that impression live, and I was playing a clip from your podcast, and he goes, "Oh, who did he get him?" And I go, "Dude, that's me." He goes, "That's you." Like, it fooled him, and he had just saw it on Monday.
Dude, my buddy's a lawyer in Washington. He thought it was real.
Oh my god, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love it.
The call I got was from TMZ going, "Could you do an interview about this with us?" And if he had called me even 20 minutes after I posted, I would have gone, "Yeah, sure." I would have done an April Fool's interview and told him on air. But I panicked. I was like, "It's a joke." I couldn't believe he fell for it.
Wow. That's incredible.
That is crazy.
You're good, man. You are fucking good, Jeremiah.
Thanks, buddy. That was fun. Thanks for asking me to do it. It's great.
Yeah. And a lot of people are texting me or messaging that they're listening to the end to find out it's you. And it's one of those great, it almost like it creates even more, it gets everybody like they need to know. So now they're going to have to listen to the end, or, you know, we'll post something tomorrow after April Fool's to let people know because it was a bit.
Well, that was my favorite thing about how you guys did it, is that you did it in a way where you didn't spoil it right away. You kept on with the rest of the podcast, and I thought that was that's the best part.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Sorry the dogs got excited too.
All good.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make it a believable interview. The thing that's least believable is how easy I go on Joe Exotic.
Right? Like, yeah,
If
not
it was
asking
really
him.
I would have been roasting him the whole time.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I wanted to just say thanks and let you know it's a big hit.
Oh, dude, I love it. Thanks for the call, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Have fun.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, pal.
This is a message for my ex-boyfriend and lover, Brendan Schaub, who broke my heart earlier today when he said he questioned whether I was even a gay man or not. I sucked your dick 1,000 times, Brendan. What else do I gotta do? He also questioned the integrity of me as an artist, whether or not I sing my own songs. I do sing my own damn songs. I'm gonna prove it to you right here, right now, from this rec room in prison in Texas. Here we go.
Oh, here, kitty, kitty. Mama's got some treats for you. Oh, here, kitty, kitty. You can't find that taste in the zoo.
Or how about that?
I saw a tiger, and now I understand. I saw a tiger, and the tiger saw a man.
I used to say, fuck that bitch, Carol Baskin. Well, fuck that bitch, Brendan Schaub.
I want to do a new segment that I've never done on the show before, and I want to try it out in this very special episode of Jeremiah Wonders today. It's called Unprotected Sax. So in this new segment, I'm actually going to do some sax covers that people requested that I do online on social media, and play it in a very sexy fashion. I might even get shirtless. But from at j.ferrar922 on Instagram, they wanted the James Bond theme song. We'll do that. It's _ whatever _ man _ on Instagram. Wanted Harden My Heart by Quarter Flash. Would be killer, they said. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's like a dope sax line that's in that. And then this is an exciting one. From Plumber Cakes on Instagram. I believe in a thing called Love by The Darkness. Also, a big fan. You are effing magical. Oh, thank you. Very nice. We'll do I believe in a thing called Love. They might have wanted a vocal cover, but I kind of want to try it on sax and see what we can do with it. And then I might even include a Careless Whisper and a Baker Street, just because, I mean, those are the ones that people ask all the time. And since we got this nice green screen, why not record it in the studio? Let's get to it. Hope you guys enjoyed that brand new segment, Unprotected Sax. Comment below, like on YouTube. Reach out to me on social media if you're liking these new segments and stuff like that. That helps a lot, and maybe I'll bring back Unprotected. Maybe I'll bring back Unprotected Sax.
Oh, look who's calling into the podcast. It's my bro, Pauly Shore. How are you, buddy?
I'm hiding in the Philippines.
In the Philippines? What are you doing there?
Well, I was just here. I was checking out the PP Highway and the Luka Luka Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is once the quarantine happened with the Chinese virus, right? The Chinese virus. Once the Chinese virus came out, and now I'm not allowed to leave my place. Otherwise, they shoot me in the head.
Oh, well, you look better than ever, though.
Yeah, but you understand, in Los Angeles, everyone's complaining, because the lines at Trader Joe's, they're long lines. Everyone's got their masks on. Well, imagine leaving the house and getting shot in the head in Philippines.
I feel really bad for you. Oh.
All right. And they don't have Uber Eats.
What do they have over there?
Nothing. I'm just stuck with whatever cans are left over in my Airbnb. I'm just kind of making soups and stuff. So.
Well, you look pretty healthy, dude, despite all that's going on, man.
Well, I'm eating people.
You're eating people?
Yeah. Little Filipinos.
How do they taste?
They taste like chicken adobo.
Have you tried any other races of people while you've been there?
No, I'm in Maui right now. Actually in Maui.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've actually been seeing some of those videos that you've been posting on Instagram and stuff. You're stranded there with your ex, right?
Well, she's not really an ex. She's a friend that lives out here, but she's playing my ex.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just a little thing. Yeah, I left. About 2 weeks ago, I felt like there was some shit was going down in LA. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like everyone was like, almost like this black cloud was coming over the town, and I was like, oh shit, you know what? Asha, who I'm here with, she's my friend out here. She was supposed to come see me in San Diego, and then I was doing the store in La Jolla down there, and then that got canceled. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna come out there, because she's from here. She lives on Maui, so she's my friend. I met her when we were filming or when I was performing out here a while ago, and she's born and raised on Maui. So I like, fuck, I'm just going to Maui. So I've been out in Maui's for probably 3 weeks now. So
Now, are you stuck there? Like, can you fly back to LA if you wanted to right now?
I'm not even checking if I can or not, because I got a one-way ticket. So, I'm not interested in going back right now. I mean, every time I talk to a friend, they're just like, dude, fucking stay there. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, if you can, there's nothing going on in LA. You might as well be in Hawaii and enjoy the weather and it being nice there,
Yeah, so the idea is that in this stressful time, I wanted to put myself in a very unstressful place. So,
yeah, because Hawaii doesn't have like any cases, right? Or if they do, it's very limited.
Yeah, it's very little, and it's the cool part about being in Hawaii and on Maui is that people have a very kind of shaka brada vibe, meaning everyone's like very peaceful and chill. So there's not a lot of people are wearing masks. It's not like people are all stressed out. There's tons of food in the, in the supermarkets. Mm-hmm. It's not like there's long lines and, but it's the same thing out in America, because obviously Hawaii is America, but, you can't do takeout, or you do takeout, you know, you can't go sit in cafes. There's none of that shit. So that's pretty done.
Yeah. Are you able to still kind of like, I mean, because it's the ocean's kind of everywhere, you're still able to walk the beaches and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, some beaches are closed.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to go, you know, Hana. Have you heard of Hana up there?
No.
Hana's like an area where you can go hiking, and we were going to go hiking, but they closed down the parks, you know? So
yeah, that's how it is in LA right now.
So yeah.
Is this the longest that you've been away from the store? Like since you were a little kid? Because you've always been like around the store, like, you know, pretty much I'm sure most of your life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the longest I've been away from everywhere. I mean, you know, and the sports, it's a shame because the store is such a home for all of us. And it's kind of where we all go when we're not on the road. And even if we're not going on stage, we're still at the store, you know?
Yeah.
It's like our, it's our clubhouse. So yeah, it's been weird. But, you know, God put this on our plates for a particular reason. You know, we're talking about like, you know, maybe we're the virus and the corona's the fucking, you know, the savior, because we're such pigs, you know, Americans are such pigs and we're so self-centered and so, you know, me, run. Maybe it's just like God saying, shut the fuck up for, you know, just a couple of months and chill the fuck out and just, you know, look within and like, you know, because it's almost like we're in prison, you know, we're not allowed to go out. We can't do this. We can't do that. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, God willing, this thing will end at some point. Maybe we'll all be better, you know, from it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully all of us will be bettering ourselves with the time and kind of reflecting and trying to become better versions of ourselves and stuff like that. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been taking Spanish classes. It's something I've been putting off for years. It's like, when would I have had time to do that? Being on the road as a comic and working on stand up every night, you know? So that's,
speak to me in Spanish.
Hola, Pauly. ¿Cómo estás, Maui, ahora?
Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Los Ángeles es así, es no muy bueno, pero yo estoy
wow, that's pretty good.
Caminando mucho, a veces corriendo, yo no sé.
Why did you want to learn how to speak Spanish? Just because you live in LA?
You know what? I actually took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and it's something that I always like as a life goal. Like I always felt bad that I didn't keep up with it, you know? Because I put so much time into it in high school that I was fairly good in high school, but I lost a lot of it just from not doing it. And when this thing hit, I was like, oh man, I want to work on that just as a thing.
I think that could be an opening bit for you where you come out and you start speaking Spanish and you say, that's how fucking bored I was. I learned Spanish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be good. Yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, I don't know. It's, you know, I try not to watch the news every day. I don't need to watch it every day. You know, but it's just a shame every time you look at the news, you're like every 3-4 days, you're like, oh shit, like maybe shit's better. And then like, oh fuck, it's not better, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, it's interesting. It's an interesting, you know, it's an interesting, thing that God threw at us, you know, and it's something that no one ever thought that this would happen. You know, I mean, just, you know, like the little things like going into a Starbucks and sitting there, or, you know, going to the gym. I mean, I used to see you at the gym all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know,
that's where, for anybody who's seen our stepdad music video,
yes,
that you were in, that's where we go to the same gym together. and you're like, all right, well, let's set a time where we can exercise and talk about it. So I literally, while we were on the Stairmaster, I pitched you the concept for the music video, and you're like, yeah, I like that. And then we ended up shooting it, and it turned out great.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was fun.
Now, when you do go out on the island, is it very similar to here where you get recognized a lot and stuff like that in Hawaii, where it's just like, I'm sure people are more surprised to kind of see you there right now, especially with all this stuff that's going on, you know?
Yeah, no. It's people, I just did shows here, so yeah, people know me here. So I go out and people see me.
But it's got to be. You said it's like got the the laid back vibe. So I mean, I'm sure that vibes well with like the Weasel vibe and everything.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I look on. It's interesting because I look on Amazon. All my movies are on Amazon, and we watched Biodome the other night. She had never seen Biodome, and I hadn't seen it in years. I'm like, fuck, this is a funny fucking movie.
It's great.
It was really, it was a great movie. And it was, so it's, it's kind of, for me, it's been like, I'm reflecting on my life and on my career and all the stuff I've done. And, you always want to be kind of known for what you've done last. Like, what are you doing right now? People don't like to look at like, the past, all that shit. Like, this time has been like a really good time for me. Like, what have I done? And then I'm like, oh shit, I go to Amazon. Like all my movies and specials are on there. I'm like, I'm proud of myself. I've done a lot of stuff, and sometimes I beat myself up a lot, but that's just part of, I don't know, never being really happy. You know what I mean? In the business, we're never really, fulfilled all the way.
I think that's part of being a comic is, as soon as we, kill on stage, we could have a set that's not quite as good as the last one. And then we're already down on ourselves again. Like, man, like, why am I not killing it as hard as the last time? Like, but that's cool that you've had a chance to kind of, look at you've got a big body of work, and it's kind of cool to see that when we're forced to slow down, it's like, oh, I've actually done some cool stuff. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be that hard on myself. Like maybe I needed this time to kind of recuperate and think of the next, part of the leg of the journey and stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's what it's been. And then I saw Jury Duty and I was like, oh, now I know that one wasn't as good as Biodome. But my favorite is still Encino, man. That's my favorite one that you did. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll probably watch it this time around. And so in life, a bad thing's a good thing. Even a divorce. You get divorced from your wife. You're like, it's a fucking nightmare. But at the end of the day, you know what? You look back on it and you're like, wow, that was like really good. Like I would have never ever taken a one-way trip to Maui and just chilled for a month or 2 or 3, whatever this is going to wind up being. I just wouldn't. Because we go all the time. We go as comics, where we're always thinking of the next set, the next audition, the next whatever, like where we get all caught up in this stuff where when you take a step back, you're like, oh man, maybe I was going a little bit too fast and I needed something to slow me down. Yeah. So again, I think this is God kind of like stepping in our lives and like, saying, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, chill the fuck out. You're going to get through it, but, stop, you know what I mean? Like get off of this thing and just, so I don't know. I'm enjoying the time off for me. Yeah. And for me, luckily I was able to like, you always hear that saying, save it for a rainy day. Mm-hmm. I saved my money, so I'm able to not have to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Not have to freak out right now. Yeah. Huge blessing. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. If anyone learns something from me is that when you make it, save your money. Save your money. You don't need a lot. You don't need to be the guy that's spending all the time. We had a little connection, a little technical error, but we're back. We're going to wrap it up now. Pauly, thank you so much for joining Jeremiah Wonders. I really appreciate you and love you, brother, and hope you stay safe out there in Maui.
Yeah.
And I want people to check out your show that you're putting out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Instagram.
Yeah, and then also any my podcast, Random Rants, is up there as well. Check that out as well. So
heck yeah, dude.
So yeah, be safe out there, and I guess one day at a time. That's all I really have to say to everyone. One day at a time, and we'll get through this, and I think we'll be better once it's all squared away. It's an interesting, very odd situation, but the whole world's going through it, so it's not just America, it's everyone, so we'll get through it.
We'll get through it, brother. Can't wait to see you back. I was about to say back in the States, but back in Cali.
All right, tell everyone what's up.
All right, love you. We'll do.
Okay, you got
Guys,
that.
we're crumbing.
Guys, it's quiet on the set. We're crumbing. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've been alone in my apartment for 3 weeks. Anything could happen.
I just see literally your spirit like come through the door on the other side. Like, oh yeah, I separated my soul from my body a couple weeks ago just so I could have conversations with somebody.
Oh yeah. Here's the kick. So no, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Whew.
Can you hear me?
Probably because everybody in my building is on their Wi-Fi right now.
Probably. Does my voice sound normal to you?
Oh, that's funny.
Now, is this a Wi-Fi problem that's happening with my voice right now, or I can't really tell?
It could be anything at this point.
What are you watching right now? On Netflix or Hulu or you're reading any books, or what you been up to, dude?
I watched 1917 last night, which was awesome.
The only thing I know about that movie, is the soundtrack made me. I've heard that it's a great movie, but the song that they put in the trailer, "I'm coming home," it made me not want to see the movie. It irked me when I saw the trailers for it. But I heard the movie's really good, actually.
The movie's really, really good. But yes, that song, I was like, what is this Braveheart / Game of Thrones little bitch song? Like,
and that's what I felt like they were trying too hard with it. I was like, oh my, okay, all right. Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Well, and you don't hear that until the very end.
Really? So and they used it in all the trailers.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting the entire time. Like, oh.
Yeah, just waiting. You're like, just get this Ren Fair over with,
Can we get this out of the way? I want to enjoy the movie.
Yeah, it's really, really good, though. I loved it. And then I watched Sex Education, which is fantastic.
What's that? I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
It's a UK series with Gillian Anderson as this sex therapist and her son, who is not as he's going through puberty, so he's finding out about sex and all that stuff on his own, but dealing with his mom as a sex therapist, and then he goes to school and becomes the high school's sex therapist.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's really, really fun. It's really good. I loved it like thoroughly and burned through that like really quick. And then I just ended season 1 of The Crown.
Oh, okay.
Crown's not fucking around. It's really good.
That's actually the new tagline for the show.
Yeah, season 4. We're not
season 4. Just imagine that coming on screen like, oh, okay, I guess I'll watch this then. Yeah.
It's just Princess Diana, like.
She's like, I'm like, oh my goodness, Princess Di, what are you doing?
Holy shit.
Elton John literally stops playing the piano, and it seems to me, whoa, what the hell?
It's so funny.
Dude, you are, and I've already texted you this, but you are really, really funny on the Funny Dance Show. Like your quips and everything, the way that you judge the dancers and the comedians and everything on the show. Like you've been doing it forever for a lot, like in the like literally it's another show that started in the belly room of the Comedy Store. And it's pretty cool to see you and Heidi and Justine like make this thing happen and it like transpire into reality. So like shout out to you, you guys for making that happen. It's super cool.
Thank you. It only took a pandemic to get on the air. So that's
what else do we have in the E-Vault?
Let's burn it. Put it out there.
Get it out there.
No, it was really fun, and it's nice to see it into fruition, and it's kind of very bittersweet because we wanted it to be obviously bigger and promoted more and, you know, marketed more, but it's kind of interesting because now it's kind of becoming this little sleeper hit that we're getting to promote and market ourselves.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives us back the power that we started doing in the belly room. And now we're kind of pushing it out there and hitting up everybody to kind of do their part and to promote it because there's, you know, everybody's watching Hulu and Netflix and all this other stuff. And it's like, hey, we've got a show too. And it's on cable and it's not the Kardashians. Tune in. Yeah.
And it's every Wednesday night, right? For people who are watching this and want to tune in. Yeah.
Yeah. Every Wednesday night, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central.
Okay, cool. And when my episode aired, like after it aired, I put up a clip of my duo with Yamanika, and dude, I got tremendous feedback on the show. Like there's literally people that are like, what is this? I've never seen the show. I'm like,
I know.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, wait, what is this? Who? So I know it's really, really fun. And it was just really fun to judge with Allison Holker and Lonnie Love. And it's just something really special. And I just love that the store has, you know, like a branding on it because it did come from a place of, and, you know, we would love to do another one, but I don't know what's going to happen. So, but for now, it's a nice little gem, and it's from the feedback that I've gotten back was, you know, it's uplifting and it's fun. People watch it with their kids.
I liked how positive everything was kind of edited. Like they went in the direction of like making it like, even if things like didn't look great or whatever on screen because it's comedians dancing, they decided to go the angle with the judges of like, we're going to make it pretty light and like where it's not. Because it's funny, you and I, you know, we have that kind of roasty background. So you and I were roasting each other on the show and they're like, we're not going to use that. That's like way too intense.
I kind of hope, well, that's the thing too. I was like, it's kind of out of love. It's not like it's no hard feelings, but people were like,
people who are not comedians get so offended on behalf of you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's real. Here's some tea. Your episode, there was a lot more going on than just me and you roasting each other.
Yeah, one of without getting too much into it, one of the judges got a little sauced up, if you want to say that. And I may or may not have called her Jennifer Slopez during the recording. And they looked at me like, oh my God, we cannot use this, Jeremiah. And I was like, oh.
Yes, you can. Do it.
I was like,
hell,
do it.
I think it's so funny because we were all just like,
oh my God.
Like,
now, Justin, I don't want to take too much of your time, but what are you doing right now? Like to kind of, I don't want to use the word cope, but I mean, do you know what I mean? To not go crazy. I think everybody kind of has their own vices right now of things to kind of keep either their brain or busy or their heart or somehow. Do you have anything that you're doing right now to kind of stay busy?
Well, besides cutting, I am currently working. I'm working on Justine and I are actually starting our own podcast. So we're working on that. Probably be coming out either end of this week or beginning of next week. And then Monday through Friday on my Instagram Live, a half-hour show with friends of mine called Quarantine. Get it? Okay.
Okay.
And it's been fun. So I mean, that's really much it. I've been avoiding people. I'll go outside and exercise. I judge partially joggers who don't know how to personal distance themselves, and that's about it.
Nice, dude. And you're Justin Martin. A lot of TV. Yeah, I mean, a lot of TV right now.
Yeah, and you guys can catch me at the Comedy Store never. So
yeah, we'll see. They sent out an email that they were like, "We think we're going to open on April 19th." I was like, "Good luck."
No,
that's
I know.
There's no way that's happening.
Nope.
There's no way. But I think that the governor just gave them a date just so they didn't go stir crazy, as a placeholder, and I don't know.
Well, wait, when? So that's what, a Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. What, we're going to open? We're going to reopen on a Thursday? No.
Yeah.
April 30th is like the day, though.
Sunday. No, it's not happening.
Yeah. But you are at Justin
Martindale
on Instagram. Is that right?
April, at Justin Martindale on Instagram.
Awesome. Dude, I've been loving the memes that you've been posting lately. I'm a meme queen now. Dude, it's working. So keep it up because I've enjoyed like all of them that you posted. So they're all really funny.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, love you, dude. Thank you so much for calling in and us also conquering the slight technical difficulties and stuff that we had. But yeah, dude, I hope you're well. And yeah, of course, if you need anything, reach out to me. Love you, dude.
Of course, man. I appreciate that. Y'all have a good one. Tell your wife I said hello.
I will. She loves you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. We're experimenting a lot with this show. I have another brand new segment coming to you right here, right now in Jeremiah Wonders, an exclusive. It's called Going Under Covers. Now, in this segment, much like the way that people requested me to play some sax songs, people want me to do some song covers. And I brought my guitar, and I'll try to do a couple of these, like a shortened version of these. But these were a few of the requests. And thank you for everybody who commented and sent in questions or requests. There was like over a couple hundred comments and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys. This comes from at ED6LTR on Twitter. Do a Weezer in your own form, playing Buddy Holly. I will give that a shot. I'll try to do my own cover of Buddy Holly. At Kurtaz PDX on Instagram. What's it like being perfect? Thank you. Whatever. I know Gage is like, dude,
you didn't have to leave those
far
in.
From, huh?
You didn't have to leave those compliments in.
Maybe I effing needed it today, Gage. Maybe nobody's called me perfect ever. Maybe I just wanted to try that shoe on for a change. Because I'm usually the stepsister in the Cinderella story that's trying to shove her disgusting, giant, freaking foot into the slipper where Prince Charming is saying, not you, big nose. So maybe I just want to try to be perfect for one person.
Sorry.
They want me to do I Can Dream About You by Dan Hartman. I'll try it. And the last request is at CatToy, TOI78 on Twitter. I don't have a song request. I just want to hear you sing a song seriously. I think you're a good musician, but you F around. Let's see. That's a challenge because, I mess around a lot. It's for me to get vulnerable with the music. I'll do it. I'll do my best. Here we go. Let's go.
No more time.
tear falls from my eyes. I'm not hiding the remedy to cure this old heart of mine. I can dream about you if I can't hold you tonight. I can dream about you. You know how to hold me just right. What's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they gotta front? What did we ever do to these guys that made them so violent? Ooh, but you numb yours. Ooh, and you know you're mine. Ooh, and that's all of the time. Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, and you're Mary Tyler Moore. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: for the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith is strong, but you need proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
What are you watching right now, Gage?
Well, I mean, I watched all of the Harry Potters. I did that like this last week. I watched one a day. There was one day that we did two because it was a Saturday, but I watched all the Harry Potters again. I like Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter. So I haven't watched all of them consecutively in a long time though.
It's a very good experience. I wish that I could have like watched them even closer together. If I could have just marathoned them even closer, because watching them one day after the other, it's just it's a good experience. Like you notice more things because the memory, everything's still there.
Yeah.
So it makes everything a lot smarter. It's a really good film series, and you get to see how things progressed.
Which what's his name? The head wizard, Dumbledore. Sorry. Slipping on my. Which Dumbledore did you like more? Did you like the first one or the second one more?
The second one for sure. I mean, you get more time with him. You get attached to him.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is, the actor's name. But the first guy, I mean, he wasn't around for very long, but they both looked perfect.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
The first guy, and this is a more obscure impression.
Yes.
But I do that one.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yes. Yeah. He sounds more desperate.
Harry, which house would you like to be sorted into?
Yeah.
I see. The boy wants Gryffindor, even though the sorting hat is choosing Slytherin. He sounds like he's about to die at any moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other guy sounds a little more like this, Harry. He's a little bit more like 1920s wizard.
Did you put your name on the goblet of fire?
Is that him?
He says that. Yeah. He.
Oh, like that was one of the things. It's a little bit. Sorry, it's a little bit fresher in your mind, obviously, since you just watched them. So I'm like trying to.
It's a really that part of the movie is really contested, by the way.
Harry.
Because in the book it says, "Did you put your name in the goblet of fire, Harry?" Dumbledore asked calmly. But in the movie, he like comes in and he like basically tackles Harry Potter. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire, Harry?
Hey, man. It's called a choice as an actor, and that's what he did with that.
Are you? I mean, I'm sure.
Where is? Never seen Hermione.
What? What'd you say?
Have you seen Hermione anywhere? Now it's just trailing off. Sometimes what's funny about like impressions, sometimes you lose it, and it's one of the worst feelings in the world. Like if you have ever done a voice and you have it, but then sometimes it literally it like goes away and you're like, oh no, like you're grasping after it. Like I had his voice in my head. Now I'd have to watch a clip. That's how I mainly get down voices. Is I'm a mimic. As I literally can watch a clip, and that's kind of how I get it down. So if we watch, let's try to see if this experiment.
The polyjuice potion is wearing off whenever you're losing impression.
Oh yeah, just like literally, it's like
it's the worst. It's the worst. That's why whenever Pete Holmes was in here, I lost it back there when he was saying that sometimes you see an impression in your rear view mirror and you're driving away from it.
That's exactly what it is. Son of a gun. The freaking. No, I can't afford YouTube Premium. I'm sorry.
Do you?
That's how you know somebody's social class level when they're like, let me play you this YouTube video. Ding, ding, son of a. Sorry, it'll just be like, it's like 10 more seconds. It won't let me skip the ads. So. That's the first one.
Harry Potter. McGonagall, you're here. That's the Minister of Magic, right?
I thought it might hit the salt.
You seem to be laboring under the delusion that I'm going
You seem to be laboring under the delusion that...
Come quietly.
Come quietly.
Well, I can tell you this.
Well, I can tell you
I have no
this.
intention of going to Azkaban.
I have no intention of going to Azkaban.
Take him!
He rides the Phoenix out of there. Whoosh.
Anyway,
he's got that old man voice though, where you have to put things in your mouth or something to make. He's an interesting. Yeah, he's got an interesting voice. That guy.
Now, do you like Dumbledore more or Gandalf more? These are the hard-hitting questions. Comment below: Team Gandalf or Team Dumbledore? Who are you?
This is really embarrassing.
No, I love it. This is the good
really
stuff.
Embarrassing. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Ever. I've only seen scenes from them, and I just never.
Get out of the studio.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one.
I thought I knew you, Gage. How have you never seen them before?
I've never owned them.
Have you seen the Hobbit movies? Good. Those are okay, but I'm just saying, like, if you had only seen those, that's like seeing, like, episode 1 through 3 of Star Wars. Well, guess what? We've got a lot of time. Anthony, fire up the first Lord of the Rings
Turn it
movie.
on. We have it in
Turn
hard
it on
drive
right now.
Marathon.
Whoa, you have the... Did
you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Gage, let's wrap this up. Where can people find you on social media? I plug you, but I want you to tell the people.
It's Gage Tijerina on everything. GageTijerina on literally everything. I got them all whenever it was early.
Boom, boom.
So.
Clap, clap. Clap, 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 clap.
And my Venmo, where you can put all the complaints there. They go right to my phone if you have any complaints about
It's
anything.
true. He gets alerts. So it's a direct line of communication. If you have any issues with the show, like you don't like the host.
If it's under $1, I won't read that shit.
If it's under $1.
Yeah.
People have been sending me a lot of 69 centers.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, but it's also like, hey, just know I did reply and thank you.
Yeah.
Or at least give it a heart.
I'll see.
Because I'm at Jeremiah Watkins on Venmo, and people are starting to call me the Venmo King. I don't know if you've heard of this. Because of the Tiger King, people are calling me the Venmo King.
We got Anthony Whitlocks over there.
Yep.
That's his
Daddy
Venmo.
Whitlocks
Daddy
in the
Whitlocks.
house.
He doesn't, send it, put in the notes of any money that you send him what you want him to use the money for. We're doing a baby shower, virtual baby shower for Daddy Whitlocks.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be a themed episode of Jeremiah Wonders. I don't know, because anything's possible remotely.
Literally.
Thanks for watching the show, guys. Hope you enjoyed the new segments. Love you. Bye.